What up, what up, what up? It's your boy D back at you with your WrestleMania 41 Saturday night recap show. Now, it is 12:30 on the East Coast. I've had a lot of time to sit and gather my thoughts on everything that I've seen at WrestleMania 41 Saturday night. This was a very solid show. We ain't gonna waste no time getting into the show. So, Jey Uso versus Gunther. Match was a banger of a match. This match was very fire, and I loved how people talked about how Jey Uso only has 5 moves. It ain't show tonight. Jey Uso was out there working. When Jey Uso hit Gunther with a German suplex, and then he hit Gunther with that power bomb, I was like, oh, okay, Jey, I see you. Put that pain in. And Jey went out there, and everything Gunther hit him with, you can tell that Jey had a plan for it. Jey was smiling every time Gunther would chop the fire out of him. Jey showed up tonight, and it was Jey's night. And what this did was it made you understand and made you feel that Jey Uso hate is only on the internet. Because when he came out in Allegiant Stadium, that crowd was going wild. Everybody was in there eating, especially when he won the title after splash after splash, and then he used a sleeper hold to beat Gunther. Now, I see people are already complaining, why did Jey have to make tap out Gunther? It makes Gunther look weak. Oh, shut up. Shut up, okay? Like, to me, Gunther is Gunther. Gunther's one of the best wrestlers in the damn company. The reason why Jey beat him with the choke was because it was personal. Gunther beat the fire out of Jimmy. Gunther choked out Jimmy in his own blood. Gunther choked out Jey at Saturday Night Main Event. Gunther choked out Jey a bunch of times leading up to WrestleMania. That's why Jey choked out Gunther. Now, what I would have had Gunther tapping out, that was not expected. If it was me, what I would have made Gunther pass out, yes, I would have had Jey choke him out, Gunther passes out, that's it. Him tapping was very interesting, but that doesn't mean it was terrible, that doesn't mean it was bad, and that does not mean Gunther was weak. Where Gunther goes from here, I'm not sure. I'm very excited to see where Gunther goes from here. There's so many options, there's so many different avenues they can go with Gunther, but all in all, this was a very good match. I truly enjoyed it, and it got with exactly what you needed. That boy, main event, Jey Uso, is your new world heavyweight champion. Next match on the list is the War Raiders versus the New Day for the World Tag Team Championships. This match was okay. It wasn't terrible. It's just a match that nobody really cared about. Honestly, I think everybody can agree that we all wish the SmackDown TLC tag team match was on this card over this. They could have did this on Monday Night Raw. They could have did this on the Raw after Mania, and I don't think anybody would have batted an eye to it. Nobody really wanted to see this, and that's just because the tag team, ever since WrestleMania 39, the tag team division has been very badly lacking. So, like, it was cool. It had cool spots. It wasn't a bad match. It's just a match that nobody really cared to see. The New Day win their 12th tag team titles. Good for them. Hopefully, they'll have really good competitors to go against. But as of right now, I don't think anybody cared. Next matchup is Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Yo, listen. This new version of Naomi may have legs. This could be one of the better runs of her career. I like this whole proceed with caution, heel Naomi. It's very different, and I enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot. Jade came out looking like a badass, like she always does. And honestly, if we're being honest, this is probably the best Jade Cargill match she's had since being in WWE. Jade Cargill went out there, she put on. I love that reverse powerbomb she hit. I was like, ooh, that's fire. They did a lot of great things on this event, and I truly enjoyed it. It was the first non-singles titles match between two women since the Playboy Gown match at WrestleMania 22. And it was an actual wrestling match, not a Playboy match. And that's why I think it was very important. And I love the fact that it had 2 black women in this match. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely wonderful. I genuinely loved it. Congrats to Jade Cargill. Now that makes me think, what does Naomi do? I think Naomi will screw Bianca Belair out of winning the world title tonight. I truly think Naomi will screw Bianca Belair out of that title. And what that means, Io Sky will walk out as women's world champion. Next matchup on the list, we had LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. This match was fire, okay? Triple H said it best at the press conference. Sometimes you do better and you come out a winner even as a loser. LA Knight came out a winner. Him and Jacob had very great chemistry, and LA Knight put on in this match. We all knew Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf, was a dog. LA Knight did his thing in this match. Absolutely. When Jacob went for that moonsault and LA Knight called him with the BFT, I got hype. I thought it was over. And then when Jacob kicked out, I said, oh, don't tell me that boy's about to win the title. And Jacob got the job done. Jacob Fatu is your new United States champion. And I loved it. Because now Jacob can go off and tell that story of Jacob versus Solo. But I promise you, and I stamp on this, and I mean it when I say it, Jacob Fatu will be a future WrestleMania main eventer. That's how much talent he has. Yada, I mean, that boy is different. That boy is different. If I was a new fan and didn't know Jacob Fatu, that's a performance that I'd be like, I need to go buy his t-shirt. That boy is different. That boy is different. LA Knight, honestly, where do I see LA Knight going in the future? Can some say Money in the Bank? There's 2 people in my mind right now who have a very, very big chance of winning the Money in the Bank. LA Knight and Logan Paul. Those 2 people I see very much in their future winning the Money in the Bank match. I think LA Knight showed that he can belong with the big dogs, and he belongs in the upper echelon of the card. And I really hope he gets moves from SmackDown to Monday Night Raw so that he can be integrated into that top spot, fighting with Jay and fighting with Seth and Punk. And I just think he truly deserves that. And I think he showed it tonight. Great match from him too. Next matchup in the card, El Grande Americano, Chad Gable, versus Rey Fenix. This was supposed to be Rey Mysterio, but Rey Mysterio obviously got injured on Friday Night SmackDown, so then Rey Fenix stepped in. First off, I was so happy for Rey Fenix. To see Rey Fenix come out there and do his thing very much on short notice, especially when you have Rey Fenix on WrestleMania Night 1, Penta is on tonight's card, Ricky Starks versus Ethan Page, stand and deliver. I'm just saying, Tony Khan is somewhere rolling over in his grave right now, seeing all of his previous talent shining on these cards. Because that's what Rey Fenix did tonight. Rey Fenix, when he came out, I said, yo, I'm a fan. His drip, his aura, it's all there. It's all there. And Chad Gable, or El Grande Americano, he showed out. That 450 senton was insane. Insane. This match was actually, I had a lot of fun with this match. I'm not going to lie to you. This was a very good match. Very solid storyline. Honestly, I think where El Grande Americano will get masked and unmasked and find out that it's Chad Gable will probably be at Worlds Collide June 7th, in which WWE has purchased AAA. Now, internet, guys, I need y'all to do y'all thing. Let me know more AAA matches I need to watch, more superstars that I need to get familiar with in the AAA Lucha Libre realm, so I can understand and be excited for when Worlds Collide comes. I've already seen Penta versus Villano, so that's on the channel already. So let me know who I should react to watching some of these AAA matches. What are some of the best AAA matches of all time? Who are some of your favorite AAA superstars? Let me know in the comments below. Next matchup on this card was the Women's Championship match. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Now, gang, y'all know your boy be on Tiffy time. Y'all know I stay on Tiffy time at all times. Let me tell you something, okay? Tiffany Stratton, she earned this victory. This victory was not given. This victory was earned. She went out there and worked like a dog. And that's exactly what I wanted to see. Charlotte made Tiffany earn every moment of this match. And Tiffany, I think, showed that she truly belongs in these top spots on the card. And honestly, I loved this match. I thought it was a really good match. I thought it was just like the feud. It was scrappy. Tiffany had that big ass cut on her forehead. It looked like she chipped the teeth for a minute. Tiffany went through hell of a night, and she showed that she belonged, and she smiled at it, and she kept fighting. And that's what I wanted to see from Tiffy. I loved her Barbie entrance. Her Barbie entrance was gas. One of the best entrances of the night for me. Tiffany did her thing. I would love to see Tiffany versus Io Sky, maybe at WrestleMania 42 or somewhere down the line. I feel like their styles would work together very well. Tiffany versus Io, sign me up for that somewhere down the line. Where Tiffany goes from here, I just hope it's not Nia Jax. But yeah, I'm a really big fan of this match. I really enjoyed it. It was not Tiffany versus Rhea. I mean, it wasn't Charlotte versus Rhea, but I didn't expect that to begin with. But very solid match, to say the least. And the final match of the night, the best match of the night, the match we came to see, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. There's a reason why this was the main event. And everything you saw that happened in that ring tonight was the perfect reason why this was the main event. This match was absolute gas. From all three of their entrances, in which, to me, CM Punk had the best entrance of the night, this match slapped on all levels. Bro, what? If somebody didn't like wrestling, if somebody didn't like this card, that's fine. Because it was a very different type of WrestleMania. It had a different feel to it. But there's nobody who can say that this card was not the main event. Nobody can say they didn't like this main event. This main event was a banger, okay? A+ of a match. First off, the video package they did with CM Punk's career with This Fire Burns by Killswitch Engage, that joint was fire, okay? I was like, nah, bro. If CM Punk would have came out to Killswitch Engage, I probably would have fell out on the floor. This was crazy. I loved I loved Roman Reigns doing the jump over the barricade, knocking each other out. I loved how CM Punk and Seth fall all the way into the crowd. I loved how CM Punk kind of had CM Punk. I love how Seth Rollins had the Undertaker, Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 25 kind of gear on. I kind of enjoyed that too. It was a very, very sneaky. I loved how Rollins was like, let's take out CM Punk. He doesn't belong here with us. He was talking to Roman, and Roman almost went along with it. And then Roman punched Seth dead in his face. And then Reigns said, this is your fault, wise man. Roman Reigns picked up CM Punk, put him through the table. Then Roman Reigns went over, put Seth Rollins through the table. Oh my, I loved every single moment of that. It was perfect. I loved every single bit of that. That is exactly what I wanted to see tonight, and that's exactly what I got. It was chaos. It was emotion, and it was physical. And to me, the best part of this match was Paul Heyman, the wise man, turned his back on CM Punk, and then he turned his back on Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman is now aligned with the visionary, Seth freaking Rollins. And let me tell you, it was fucking brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. It was everything that you wanted to see. When Paul Heyman low-blowed CM Punk, you saw a different face on Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns looked so happy. He looked so overjoyed. And then Paul was telling him, he said, look, you have Seth in the perfect spot. You can hit him with that chair and it can all be over. And then Paul low-blowed Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins gets the win, as he should. And he pins Roman Reigns, as he should. Listen, let me tell y'all something, okay? What this did, it gave us more legs to tell stories. Where CM Punk goes from here is probably right after Seth, right after Paul. But Roman Reigns, this adds more levels. It adds more drama. Because now, Reigns can really tell that story of, I'm so tired of being betrayed. I think this betrayal from Paul Heyman is probably going to give that same lingering effect as when Seth Rollins left him years ago. You can tell that story if you do it well enough. Roman Reigns is like, yo, what the fuck, man? Like, not you two. The tribal chief, there's a saying, it's lonely at the top. Now, Roman Reigns really has to go out there and be the OTC, the only one. No more. The Usos tried to tell you a long time ago not to let Paul Heyman in his family. Now Roman Reigns is paying the price of it. Now Reigns has to go out there every night by himself and shows he belongs. And what this does for Seth Rollins, world title. Seth can go after Jay, would be fire. If Seth's the one to beat Jay for the title, I would like that. But I will tell you this about Seth. I don't think the work here is done. And what I mean by that is, let me ask y'all this. What if Seth Rollins causes Cody Rhodes to lose the title tomorrow night? Well, tonight. What if Seth Rollins betrays Cody Rhodes? You know, on SmackDown, no, maybe on Raw, Seth Rollins said that triple threat match was for the soul of the industry. And a certain someone refused to sell their soul to The Rock at Elimination Chamber. What if that person was Cody Rhodes? So what if the next person to sell their soul to the final boss, The Rock, was Seth freaking Rollins? What if he helps? Because John Cena said it on SmackDown after Cody said, you can't wrestle. What if, and John said, I don't have to wrestle to beat you. So then that makes me think, what if Seth ends up actually helping Cena win? Cena beats Cody, and then boom, you have that visual of John Cena, Paul Heyman, and Cody Rhodes all standing together. At the end of WrestleMania, John Cena gets number 17. John Cena raises that title up, and the fireworks go off. And then that makes me think, what if somewhere down the line, Seth takes Jay's title? Do you know how many legs and stories you can tell off of this? So then you have John Cena with a title, Seth Rollins with a title, Paul Heyman, and the final boss. All of this new authority. It would be fire. And then that gives something for Roman to chase, for Roman to do. Because then Roman could look and be like, no. He can look at The Rock and be like, now we need to fight. Now we need to go. You let him in? No. I will not stand this. Because Roman Reigns versus Rock at 42 in New Orleans, you could tell a story with that. I thought WrestleMania Saturday was a very good show. It was a very different show. And that's the same feeling I have for tonight. It's going to be a very different show. It's not going to be your normal WrestleMania where we get our happy ending. I don't think this is a happy ending type of WrestleMania. I think for the first time ever, WrestleMania will end where the bad guys win. 2 nights in a row. Seth Rollins will win tonight. Seth Rollins won last night. John Cena will win tonight. I think it's the perfect way. This will be legit the dark WrestleMania. And guess what? I love that fact. I love it. This WrestleMania is going to be the equivalent to Infinity War. When Thanos snapped his fingers, everybody disappeared. When The Rock at Elimination Chamber went like this, everything, and I mean everything, changed. How they tell that story from here, we're going to have to find out. I loved this WrestleMania Night 1. I thought it was very solid, very good matches. Let me know what you guys think. Did you guys like WrestleMania? Did you think it missed? Let me know your thoughts. You know, it's your boy, I Duck, No Smoke. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Forever Gang. I love ya. I appreciate y'all. And once again, until forever finds you,